Hello, my name is Camilla Carr, and I'm very interested in working for Voice of America. J'ai grandi à Paris et j'adore la langue française. Ich habe auch in Deutschland gewohnt, aber ich spreche Deutsch mit einem französischen Akzent. Here are some samples of my work. In the past 20 years, divorce mediation has gone from being a suspect process to a credible, to a preferred, to even required in some states. I get the impression that the two of you enjoy writing these books. It's fun.
Yeah.
So where do we stand? Is the system set up to keep up with the growing demand for foster homes in Maryland? To drink or not to drink, to ban or not to ban alcohol on campus. That's the question facing colleges and universities around the country.
A lot of people, when they get into school, they really don't know what they're doing, and they just go straight for like extreme binge drinking. It's a big problem.
Often there's underage drinking, violence, fights, that sort of thing. Yeah, it is a problem.
I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. I mean, it does exist, but I really don't think it's that big of a problem.
But drinking among college students, especially binge drinking, is a problem, a big problem. Binge drinking is defined as 5 drinks in a row for men, 4 in a row for women. Studies show that nearly half of all college students binge drink at least once in a 2-week period. Power drinking is especially popular among underage students both on and off campus. Last year, a freshman at Frostburg State died of alcohol poisoning after drinking at least 6 beers and 12 shots of vodka in 2 hours at a fraternity. 8 young men were charged in the case, and in a plea agreement later, they received a suspended sentence and 5 years probation. While no student at Maryland's College Park campus has died of alcohol poisoning in recent years, university police say there have been some close calls. Earlier this semester, a student here, an 18-year-old woman, was rushed to the hospital with a blood alcohol level of 0.36. That's over 3 times the legal limit for intoxication.
If we have a doom and gloom response, or if we accentuate the dangers of drinking, or if we inflate the number of students who in fact have a serious problem, and we're unrealistic in our message to students, number one, we're going to be discounted because it doesn't fit with the identity of the students. Number two, we're not going to do our job, which is to help students to voluntarily choose to learn about alcohol and to make healthy choices about the use of alcohol.
It's these choices that will ultimately determine whether the college experience becomes a personal tragedy. Hello, and welcome to the Impact Zone. I'm Camilla Carr. It seems hard to believe, but more than 9,000 people are killed each year in side impact crashes. In more than half of these accidents, major head injuries are the cause of death. And with the growing number of high-riding trucks and SUVs on the road, the chance of severe head injuries in side impacts has been on the rise. There was a time when these feet probably played hide and seek. A time when these hands played with a doll. But that was a long time ago in the short lives of these teenagers. As juvenile offenders, their home now is a detention center. Their destination, a courtroom, where they may face charges ranging from drug trafficking and robbery to assault and murder.
These kids don't come to us with just the problem of delinquency. Quite often these kids have multiple problems. They're either learning disabled, dysfunctional families, there may be other mental health issues.
For some young men who end up here at the Charles Hickey School, this is their last stop before prison. For others, it's their last chance to turn their lives around. There are 320 boys at the Hickey School, ages 14 to 18. About half of them are in programs on the open campus. The other half are in a maximum security program for chronic violent offenders.
We tell our students when they're here, and what we try to instill upon them, is that they are here because of choices. They made the wrong choice. What we try to do is get them in a mode whereby they understand what's happening to them, and they can also understand what triggers those choices to the extent that now they're able to start making the right choices.
But critics of the juvenile justice system question whether the Charles Hickey School and other programs are becoming revolving doors for teenage offenders. And lawmakers, judges, and other state officials are even wondering now whether charging teenagers as adults or placing them in detention centers are effective deterrents against juvenile crime.
Sure, I may send a kid may spend 18 months at Hickey and come out a perfect kid practically, ready to go back and succeed like any other kid would, but we're sending him back into the same horrible environment. Until we start making some changes, not just treating the kid, but the broader community, I think we're just doomed to keep doing the same thing we're doing.
And too many teenagers are doomed to follow a path that can only end in a courtroom and prison. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.